All right, guys. I'm not sure what happened. I think there was an issue with OBS. But before the stream ended, I was trying to explain how I use VIX, and this helps me determine my bet size on any given trade. So I was showing this options calendar. Okay. Every third Wednesday of every month, we get the VIX standard expiration, monthly expiration. We get a new VIX contract. Okay, so it gets rolled forward every Wednesday, third Wednesday of the month. So the last one was 22nd of October. The next one is tomorrow. So yeah, all eyes on volatility tomorrow. Could still be volatile because people expecting fireworks with Nvidia earnings, so a lot of people might be holding calls still for higher volatility tomorrow. Then after that, you can expect volatility to start subsiding, in my opinion, if the market recovers to the upside. But the way I use VIX is pay attention to the 22nd of October. Okay. So you can see on the VIX here, on the 22nd of October, you get this gap, right? So all I do is I pull the fib, 0.5 is the midpoint of the fib level of the previous contract and the new contract, and I draw a line in the middle. And that line was 1861 on the VIX. Okay. So what that means is every time we're under this line, okay, and we come into support levels, those are stronger support levels. They generally, if that's your support level, they generally come into your support, bounce right on it pretty perfectly. Okay. However, if you're trading above this midpoint, the line over here, you generally tend to find when you come into support, sometimes it front runs your level, sometimes it goes deeper and then comes back into it and moves higher. So when I see VIX above this midpoint, what I do is I first of all size down, or try to size down. It doesn't always happen. I try to size down, and then I try to ladder in. So one position will be front running the level, one will be at the level, and then one will be the overshoot. So I build a position when the VIX is higher than the midpoint on the VIX expiration. So that's how I use VIX. Okay, that's how I use the VIX. So anytime we're above it, you've got to be very, very careful. Okay. It's 1861 at the moment, that level, and we're miles above it right now. Miles above it. So any support level that we come into, you want to be building a cost basis. You want to average into your position rather than, if your position size is 5 contracts, for example, you might want to do 2, 1, and then 2 to build a position, right? Rather than 5 contracts all in one go, because VIX here, the market's irrational. The market's irrational. Pivots tend to overshoot, so we need to be very careful when VIX is above this midpoint. So that's how I use the VIX right now. I can clearly see it's miles above 1861. Let's see where we get the midpoint for tomorrow. But I do, the VIX is very elevated at the moment, so I do expect this thing to start rolling over. We've got our levels for Nasdaq. And what I was saying when I first started the stream was I may be interested in a long setup because there's a lot of gamma concentration at this level. And we also took key liquidity. Okay, so liquidity has been swept. Our zero gamma, positive gamma flip level is still higher above the recent high. So we could get a rally. Doesn't mean we can't take out these lows, no. Okay, but what's the probability of us continuing to fall here? I still favor upside. I do favor upside today. Key liquidity has been swept. Remember when I told you ES yesterday? It didn't sweep that big level. Well, today it swept it. And yeah, decent reaction so far. And I'm expecting New York to take us a little bit higher today. Are we going to get a massive rally day? Probably not. ES is still, the gamma flip level is higher. So I think we could rally from here all the way up to here today. We could get a nice rally. But do I expect a massive move? No, I don't. Especially with NVIDIA earnings. I do want to see the market moving away from this consolidation period. I'll start trading a little bit higher. Yeah, that would be nice to see. Because my line in the sand on ES for full bear mode, 65.71. I think yeah, that's the line in the sand. So we will see. We'll see what we get today. Could be an interesting session. Want to keep it light. Volatility is very high. You can even see in the pre-market the ATRs right now is 18. So that is quite high for pre-market on a 2-minute candle. 18 ATR is high. It's very high. So we want to be careful. If I take a long, it'll be small size. Nothing too big. Look at the order book. So we've still got large orders to the downside. Delta massively in favor of the bears, 1.7k negative delta on the day so far. But that negative delta might start closing those short positions, and this delta could start pushing higher. That's kind of my thinking. What's going to happen today? Could we go lower? Sure. We could get a sweep, and then we do have an important support level here on ES, so we could sweep down and then move higher. If my long fails at the open, then that's what I'll be waiting for, a sweep and then That would be my second trade, something like that. SPX, yeah, gamma level 6600. That would be very bearish if it goes down there. SPY also has an important support level right here at 660. Right, important support level at 660. We can see, so we could get a move down on SPY, hit there, and then move higher. So that's kind of my thinking. We are almost ready to open today. 5-6 minutes away. We've had some economic news. I covered that before the stream went off. We had jobless claims moving in the wrong direction, so moving higher, but that could be perceived as bullish by Wall Street. Okay, that could be perceived as bullish because a bad print in jobs is more likely for the Fed to cut rates. But we shall see. There's still a lot of orders built in the book to the downside, so we could, we could flush. I don't know, man. I think I favor a move to the upside. I really do. Let's have a look at the volume profile. So much support, volume building up here, right? Because there's so much gamma here, so much gamma. A lot of gamma is built. There's going to be a lot of hedging activity, but these pivots tend to overshoot because we're in negative gamma environment with the high VIX. So if we're going to build a long trade, you want to average into it. Don't go full size, one position. You kind of want to average in, I would say. We're getting a move down right before the open. It's not a good sign. Well, the pre-market level could be, a trap right before, get everybody bearish right before the market opens and then reverse higher. You can see you've got liquidity levels in the order, in the DOM to the upside as well. So it depends on what the market wants to do. Do they want to get these orders first, or do they want to sweep these orders? These are the nearest neighbors, isn't it? Right, so these are the orders that are the closest to us, so I might sweep first to the downside. But we'll have to see. Let's get some orders ready. I'll be trading, if I take a long at the open, it's going to be nice and light. Only one account. Okay, because this is not an April setup. It's more based on psychology, more based on structure, where we are right now overall. Liquidity has been swept pre-market, so we could, I do favor upside now because a lot of liquidity has been swept already. So that's kind of my thesis behind why I might take a long at the open, at least back to very high in this zero gamma level. How many points would that be from here? 135 points. That would be nice. That would be nice. On a gap fill. Gap fill might be nice. You see this gap, right? Okay, this is previous day close on QQQ and the open today. If I take off this gamma exposure levels and I pull fib, this is your gap on QQQ today. This is your gap. Okay, let's move it up. So we might get a gap fill as well. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking. A lot of shorts just got absorbed as well. A lot of shorts just got absorbed. SPY also has a gap as well. If we pull a fib, from here to here. Okay, this is where we're opening. That was previous day close, so we do have this gap. So SPY may want to fill that gap before, you know, returning to lower prices. So we do have a little bit of a gap on both indexes. Let's just give it a minute and we shall see. I favor it. I just favor the move. Everything for me is lining up for a pop at the open. The only thing that isn't is the VIX and the fact that we're under zero gamma, but I still think we're going to pop at the open, and I might take this. I might take the long at the open. We shall see. I'll call it out if I get in though. Right now the bulls are getting absorbed from the order flow, which isn't a good sign. Okay. All right, we're open. All right, I'm going in.
Order filled.
I'm long. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Give me a pop.